Members of the chorale, please come forward. Good evening, and welcome to the 110th annual commencement of Whitehall High School. At this time, I ask all gentlemen to remove their hats and rise for the singing of the national anthem. Now please join the chorale in honoring America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the America, the brave.
Please be seated. At this time, I invite Rosemary Roberts to come forward with the welcome address. Rosemary?
Welcome parents, families, teachers, administrators, class of 1964 and class of 2014. $302,400 minutes is the approximate amount of time the state of Pennsylvania mandates that we as students should have spent in school over the past 4 years. A total of 210 24-hour full days of our life spent inside a one-story brick building with questionable air conditioning and a class bell loud enough to wake up even the sleepiest of students. 302,400 minutes is a number that does not include sick days, real or imagined, tardies, vacations, field trips, detentions, or the many snow days and delays we enjoyed over the past year. It also does not represent the hours spent on the field in the hot, sticky August sun, trying out for field hockey, football, or soccer. It does not show the kids who spent more than half their days at LCTI, learning a new trade in business or cosmetology. It does not calculate the days and late nights spent trying to hit a perfect note as a member of the ensemble of the spring musical. 302,400 minutes does not begin to express the time spent as an officer in a club. It does not show the support of students packing the basketball student section, taking photos at media nights, and buying a ticket to the opening night show. And it certainly cannot grasp the amount of hours spent poring over homework, project studying, and finishing summer reading literally the day school started. It's a number that only represents the 8 to 3 student, the mold of a kid who is prompt to enter the station and even quicker to hop off the train. On a statewide level, Whitehall High School may just be one of 690 high schools in Pennsylvania. But if any of you can, right now, sit in your seats and say that Whitehall has not made an impact on you, as you've only spent 302,400 minutes in a school, it's unfortunate you may not have realized all of what Whitehall High School has to offer. As the class of 2014, we cannot forget that our girls' tennis team won districts our freshman year, or even that our boys' baseball team won conference championship just last year. We all should have told a student in the musical how phenomenal Lil Abner was. A production that won them a Freddie for Best Performance all the way back in 2011. And we cannot forget Once Upon a Mattress, Oliver, and most recently South Pacific. We may not have known that our seniors who were members of Science Olympiad have gone to states for the past 5 years, or that Whitehall's members of DECA at LCTI are chapter president and vice president, overseeing more than 230 members. Many of us may not have realized that Leo Club's blood drives have saved the lives of almost 400 people, and perhaps some never gave a penny to Student Council's Pennies for Pasta, which raised over $800 for lymphoma and leukemia research. But that is what going beyond 8 to 3 achieves. If you are the 8 to 3 student, this is only a fraction of what Whitehall seniors have been a part of, and what we have done to make a contribution to our community, to our school, and to ourselves. And maybe being just the 8 to 3 student is all you wanted out of high school, and that's okay. But in life, we can't be satisfied with the 8 to 3. Once we enter the workforce, and I mean more than just our part-time jobs now, we cannot be satisfied as the 9 to 5 employee, or we'll never get that raise or promotion. Those accolades may go to someone with more commitment, or someone who went the extra mile when no one else would. If we become parents, our life and our children's lives go well beyond the 8 to 3. If we get married, we're not just married for the 8 to 3. My point is we all make commitments to career, kids, partners. Some of you may have full-time jobs now. You may babysit your little brother hours every day or make dinner for the family. You're a supporter, and you're already dedicated to family, career, and you make a difference in the community outside of high school. So even if you're the 8 to 3 in school, you're more than the 8 to 3 outside of high school. So even if you've spent the last 4 years doing the minimum, it's important to remember that to be sitting in your chairs right now, it's because someone took the time and effort to support you outside of their designated time slot, be it a parent, grandparent, teacher, coach, counselor, or friend. So while we may have only spent 302,400 minutes in a classroom, some of us more and some of us less, we can all take one lesson from the past 4 years. How the more you put into life, the more you get out of it. The time spent dedicating ourselves cannot be measured, but our results will showcase achievements when we put more into the 9 to 5, when we're parents outside of the 24/7, and throughout life, always learning and loving unconditionally. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Please stand for the invocation by Alyssa Brooks-Wells, student chaplain.
Let us pray. Dear God, you know each one of our hearts. You know our past, our future, and you will always be in our present. You are the reason why we are able to be here today, and we thank you for all you have done for us so far, and also for what is to come. As we start to step out of our comfort zones, we pray that along the way you will be our guide to save us from becoming lost, be our light to rule out the darkness, and be our shield to fend off our oppressors. But through it all, please remind us of what you have given along the way for each of us to get to where we are. You have blessed us with unforgettable friendships, dedicated educators, and continuous supporters of our pursuit of knowledge. And now we ask for your blessing as we complete the end of this chapter in our lives. Amen.
Please be seated. It's my honor and privilege to introduce the president of of the class of 2014, Reagan Miller, who will deliver the class president's speech. Reagan.
Ooh. Think back to when we were 5 years old, and we would spend hours covering the sidewalk and street with drawings of silly faces, flowers, and rainbows, all different colors and sizes. The idea that all of these images and ideas can be created by something as menial as a single piece of chalk. But as we continued to grow and enter our years in elementary school, we began to see the use of chalk change. The blackboard becomes filled with foreign shapes as we begin to learn how to read and write. We used chalk to write out math problems we figured to be unsolvable. And of course, we would later see those same math problems on that math test we all bombed one time or another. But as we age, the use of chalk changes too. Lines become more rigid, and creativity seems to be lost. However, as we entered high school, the boundless activities offered began to erase these rigid lines and allow for new experiences. Being a part of a school with an amazing debate team, science Olympiad team, a hard-working Leo club, track superstars, complete and total musical nuts, spirited cheerleaders, talented artists, scholarly students, adventurous travelers, wild snowboarders, and so much more makes it easy to have pride here. If you would have asked me at the age of 5 what chalk means to me, I probably would have responded with none ya beeswax. That sounds like me. Oddly enough, if you were to ask me what it means to me now, I cannot begin to explain. Nearly 5 years ago, I joined the coolest thing high school has to offer, the marching band. I never knew the importance of chalk until I entered my first week of band camp. Every day from 3 to 9, we would learn our show, marking our path with chalk along the way. Each marking connected this one thought together into a masterpiece. Each piece of chalk is just one small part of something much bigger. But before you know it, the rain comes and washes all of those markings away. That entire map that you spent way too many hours drawing is gone. You see, the day that rain begins to fall, or that piece of chalk breaks, is the day we must choose which way we want to look at life. We can either hide from the rain or dance in it. One may look at the loss of all that hard work as the final straw, but we must look at it from a different perspective and go back to the drawing board. This blank slate is open to endless possibilities. In band, we learn not to look at the ground because, let's be honest, it's not going anywhere. So when the day comes that those markings are gone, let's keep our heads up, pull out a new piece of chalk, and keep drawing. Let's persevere, take pride in our successes, and learn from our failures. And as we approach these final moments of our graduation, I want you all to throw out the cliche notion that as we began a new chapter of our lives, we wipe that chalkboard clean. That is entirely untrue. Think back once again to when you were 5 years old, an age when you were fearless, courageous, and inquisitive, a time when you sought out knowledge rather than run from it, a time when you had no concerns about coloring outside the lines, a time when one piece of chalk could create friendships, a time when you were not finished until every inch of that sidewalk was covered in nonsense, a roadmap of the mind of a 5-year-old. However frightening that may seem, never forget what that felt like. And when the time comes in our life where we face adversity, we should know that all of those doodles, equations, grammatically correct sentences and scribbles that have filled our chalkboard have prepared us for it all. See, the good thing about chalk is that it's not permanent, and the bad thing about chalk is that it's not permanent. But do not let fear prevent you from creating your own personal masterpiece. Continue to connect your ideas, design, build. Take that new piece of chalk and add to the story you all have been writing. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Thank you, Reagan. At this time, salutatorian Christy Liu will provide the salutatorian remarks.
Once there was a boy who suffered from amnesia. He was dropped into a maze, left only with the memory that he had to find his way out. There seemed to be no escape, but the boy continued running. We are different from this boy. We are luckier because we know who we are. We know what we're capable of, or so most of us like to think. Yet, we are also the same. The amnesia-ridden boy possessed one novelty, one treasure that pushed him forward. He possessed hope. Against all odds, he hoped that he would find a way through the maze. And without even thinking, we also carry this hope in our hearts, just like this fictional boy known as the Maze Runner. Tonight, we cross the threshold of one of life's many checkpoints, and for that I commend you all. However, we must remember that this ceremony is merely a checkpoint. Living in such a technologically advanced society as ours, I decided that it was only appropriate to Google checkpoint. The results were DUI checkpoint, checkpoint app, checkpoint login error, checkpoint system, race checkpoints, and basically every single kind of checkpoint except for what a checkpoint actually is. So in my frustration, I texted about it, tweeted, posted, Snapchatted, pinned, Vined, and finally, I decided to resort to my dictionary.com app, which gave me the following. Checkpoint, a place along a road or border where travelers are stopped for inspection. And I thought, wow, for the past 13 years, we've spent 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, 7 hours a day, preparing for this final inspection to cross the first of many checkpoints, just to be thrown right back into a long, dark, musky corridor of yet another winding maze. See, life is no straight and easy corridor along which we travel free and unhampered, but a maze of passages through which we must seek our way, lost and confused, now and again checked in a blind alley, but always, if we have hope, doors will open for us, not perhaps ones that we ourselves would ever have thought of, but ones that will ultimately prove to be good for us. We each depend on different parts of ourselves to find the way through the maze. For some of us, it's creativity and imagination. For others, it's the brain. And for a very select few of us, we depend on our physical ability and finesse. We've spent our lives trying to define who we are, and we will continue to do so. We will search aimlessly through the maze, but really we're just a bunch of nerds, hipsters, jocks, band geeks, artists, musicians, thespians, athletes, and all around amazing people who need to figure out the maneuvers of the maze, who need to accept that there really is no end to this ever-changing maze. It goes without saying that I can't measure your degrees of hardship, nor do you have the ability to measure that of the people sitting next to you. However, I can guarantee that ultimately, when the struggle gets real, it all comes down to perspective. We can choose to see the endless maze as frivolous and all of our efforts of escape futile, or we can see it as a challenge not to finish the maze, but to get as far as possible, to surpass the person next to us, to continue through the maze of life. So tonight, in hopes of helping you forge on through this maze, I'd like to offer you a few helpful hints from Steve Carell, Google, and my wonderfully Asian parents. Show up on time, because to be late is to show disrespect. Take your shoes off before entering a home. Get turtles as pets because cats are lame. Only use "that's what she said" jokes if you absolutely cannot resist. And never try to explain them to your parents. When you go out to eat, don't sit next to your date because your waitress will hate you. And remember to tip on the entire check. Do not subtract the tax first. And always have hope. Every once in a while, put something positive into the world. Do something kind. Make somebody laugh, and don't take yourself too seriously. Congratulations, class of 2014. We made it.
Thank you, Christy. And now please welcome the class of 2014 valedictorian, Angela Wynn, who will deliver the valedictorian's address.
MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Skype,
Snapchat. For most of us, this litany of words delineates the progression of social media that we have used over the past 10 years of our lives. They are perfect avenues to keep in touch with our friends, to see what their interests were and how they had changed over time. But has it reached the point where these very forms of social media have overtaken our lives as young adults? Have you been conditioned at a young age to depend on social media as our primary method of communication? What happened to conversations, face to face, in the real world? Looking around this arena, most of us, parents and students alike, are itching to look at our cell phones, to check our Snapchats, and to see who has been calling and texting us. In fact, some of you are probably on your phones right at this moment. And some of you are probably thinking that this is the most boring graduation that you've ever been to, even if it is your very own. And you're most likely dying just to walk on the stage and receive your diploma. But stop and take a minute to live now and enjoy this last time that we have together as the Whitehall class of 2014. Take in all of your surroundings and enjoy this experience because it only happens once in a lifetime. And here it is now for us to remember for the rest of our lives. It's happening in the real world. Now think back to the time before your first cell phone. Back to being young when we didn't even know what a cell phone was, when we couldn't even read numbers to dial the phone. Our lives were so much simpler. We had play dates with all of our preschool friends to play hide and go seek, build enormous towers out of Lego blocks, play go fish, or to run around a field and play freeze tag. We would talk to our friends hours on end about topics that appear trivial to us now. Maybe what our favorite Pokemon was, or what happened on the latest episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. Not once would we have touched any little electronic device to play some digital game with a bird and green pipes, or move number tiles around until we reached 2048, or pretend to go on a master quest to catch every single Pokemon possible. We were not plagued by these strange contraptions at the time and could live our real lives carefree. Now fast forward 10 years to now, where iPhones, Samsungs, and HTCs exist. These are just a few examples of smartphones that have overtaken our lives. Everywhere we go, no matter the time or place, there's always at least one person who has a smartphone in her hand, whether it be for communicating with a long-lost friend who lives on the other side of the nation, texting a friend to set up plans for the day, or sending a silly-faced Snapchat to someone that we like. Whatever the reason may be, that person is still missing out on what is happening in the real world. That person might have just missed out on her best friend's winning home run at a softball game, or that one little piece of advice from a high school teacher that made everyone in the class tear up. Then what happens when we can't use our phones and devices? For most of us, it means the absolute end of the world. But it's the virtual world, not the real one. We cry out and gripe when our phones are out of battery and claim that we have nothing to do, even though we could be outside enjoying nature, hanging out with friends, or just reading a book that we haven't read in a long time. We have become so engrossed in these smartphones and devices that we can't seem to live life without them in our hands. It has gone to the point where some of us now carry chargers in our pockets, and others have a Mophie case to continuously charge our phones. And how about when we think that we have suddenly misplaced our phones? Your room probably becomes the site of a hurricane attack, with chairs and tables flipped over upside down, clothing scattered everywhere possible, and curtains torn down from the windows, only to find our phone hours later in the most obvious of places. During this time of trying to find our phones, we could have missed out on an exciting and important experience of our lives, like graduation. Right now, it might not seem like we have missed out on much on life, but this day marks the beginning of a whole new chapter in our lives. This is the time where we try new things, find our place in life, explore different options, meet new people, and travel the world. And what about the future? For some, we're going to want to start a family, build a company, help the poor, learn and grow every day of our lives. But how can we accomplish this and more if all we do is stare at a pixelated screen waiting for the next message to arrive? How can we aspire to greatness? How can we gain new experiences? How can we expect anything but mediocrity? Life won't wait for us to receive a text message on our phones. So why should we? Let's walk away from high school into the real world that is waiting for all of our attention. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2014.
Thank you, Angela. Good evening. Welcome again to the 110th Annual Commencement of Whitehall High School. It is a great honor and a pleasure to introduce the people seated on this stage. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name, and audience, please hold your applause until everyone is introduced. Members of the Whitehall Board of Education, Mrs. Wheeler, Mr. Fragnito, Mr. Grimm, Mr. Eberhardt Jr., Mr. Kolb, Mrs. Abruzzi, Mr. Tashler, and Mrs. Gogler, and Board President, Mrs. Korn. How about a round of applause, please, for these individuals? Also seated on stage are Mr. Corby, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Hackett, Assistant to the Superintendent, Dr. Chomick, Director of Curriculum and Instruction, K through 12, Mrs. Viglianti, Director of Special Education, High School Assistant Principals, Mrs. Hampton, Ms. Knopf, Mr. Ziegenfuss. Again, please, a nice round of applause for these individuals. Seated to my left are Carolyn Radon, 2014 Class Advisor, Valedictorian Angela Wynn, Salutatorian Christy Liu, Class President Reagan Miller, Class Vice President Tabitha Pitton, Secretary Matthew Miloski, Treasurer Nicholas Graff, Student Chaplains Alyssa Brooks Wells and Ryan Hatch, Student Speakers Rosemary Roberts and Audrey Anatalio. Let's give them a round of applause. And it gives me great satisfaction to announce the 50th year reunion of the classes of 1964 from Whitehall and Coplay High Schools. Welcome to the 110th commencement. It's an honor to have you here today. This is the first class to graduate from the combined Coplay High School and Whitehall High School in the newly established Whitehall-Coplay School District. Before the individual members of the 1964 class are introduced, I want to thank you for your contribution to the Whitehall-Coplay community over the years, in particular for the generous amount of scholarships given this year by your class. I would like all of you to have the opportunity to see the young individuals who you have personally helped to pursue their dreams. Would the recipients of the class of 1964 scholarships please stand and face the class of 1964 as I announce your name? Delivet Bonilla, Jeffrey Cordon, Justina Lopez, Tristan Morales, Tristan Sipe, Samantha Mahalchik, and Brianna Smith. On behalf of these students, thank you for your generosity. The class of 2014 officers will now announce the class members of 1964. Please stand as you are called, and audience again, please hold your applause until all names are read.
Sherwood Balliet, Stephen Bandura, Diane Miller Bartholomew, Judy Glose Casper, Robert Casper, Brenda Moore Sharetta, Barry Crothers, Barbara Cuck Dieter, Jack Fakula, Thomas Victor, Larry Gutleber, Michael Hayburn, Annette Smothers Haftel, Linda Nero Hefner, Lee Herb, Marianne Summer Knopf, Lois Klinger Kunkel, Jean Dorr Medea, Sally Summers McGinley, Doris Gerhard Oswald, Judith Reppert Ott, Michael Pammer, Lillian Meckes Piff, Eileen Bresco Pinkney. Sharon Dodderer Przinski. Bonnie Bandel Raybold. Francis Dimicelli Sakowicz. Michael Solomon. Les Steckel. Laura Ludi Sussman. Beverly Miller Thomas. Judy Butcher Weaver. Dolph Weschler. Joseph Caesar. Francis Warman. Beverly Vold. Barbara Boyer Myers. Richard Grohodolski. Thomas Draxler.
Thank you, thank you. And now we have the absolute pleasure of hearing Whitehall High School's chorale under the direction of Mr. Andy Borgasani as they perform Sure on This Shining Night. Members of the chorale, please come forward.
Shining night, the starlit shadows round, kindness must watch for me this side the ground. On this shining night, this shine.
Sure on this shining night of starlit shadows round, kindness must rush for me this side the ground. Sure on this Summer holds the earth, what's our home? Lovely till the eyes of the Lord, all is my summer holds the earth, what's our home? Sure on this shining night.
on this shining star, on this shining
Outstanding. Much thanks to the chorale and Mr. Borgasani for their hard work. It certainly shines through. And I saw Mr. Smale over there on the piano, so thank you to him as well. Each year at this time, we recognize members of the high school faculty who are retiring. We have 2 teachers retiring from the high school this year. Mrs. Kathy Huber, 30 years in teaching, 15 at Whitehall, and Mrs. Diane Skurlick, who's worked at Whitehall for the past 12 years. We wish Kathy and Diane the best in retirement. Thank you. Well, you made it. 4 years ago, I was looking out at all of you as freshmen, fresh-eyed, nervous, and really in the blink of an eye, here you are as graduating seniors. It's amazing to me. And what's unique for me is that I started that journey with you because I became principal at Whitehall High School at that same time. And certainly, this class will hold a special place in my heart. I'll be staying on at Whitehall, but for all of you, your lives will head down a different path. It truly has been a pleasure. It's been an honor to watch all of you mature into wonderful, talented young men and women, and above all else, to see your true character begin to emerge. And with that, we need to remember, as in the words of former President Bill Clinton, that character is indeed a journey, not a destination. So as we think about what tonight means, we certainly acknowledge its importance as a milestone in your lives, but it's surely not your final destination. It is a fresh beginning on your personal journey. Your parents, the Whitehall community, everyone at Whitehall has given you everything we can, the basics of learning, how to learn, and hopefully the desire to never stop learning. Additionally, we've begun to uncover and nurture your talents so that you can now shift your focus to the direction in life you wish to pursue. Each class has so many special individuals, and this class is no different. We acknowledge our academically talented, our musicians, athletes, technically skilled LCTI students, those planning on military careers to help preserve our freedoms. We honor each and every one of you. And so back to that idea of character, believe me, it counts. It truly defines who you are and what you stand for. After tonight, if you haven't already, this is the time to set those goals, devise a plan. I feel you must really start to consider what mark you will make in this world. And to help you with that thought, I wish to share with you some words from former law professor and attorney Michael Josephson. He founded and leads the Josephson Institute of Ethics in Los Angeles, California, and I take an excerpt from a piece he wrote entitled, "What Will Matter?" He states, "It won't matter where you came from or what side of the tracks you lived on in the end. Won't matter whether you were beautiful or brilliant. Even your gender and skin color will be irrelevant. So what will matter? How will the value of your days be measured? What will matter is not what you bought, but what you built. Not what you got, but what you gave. What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is not what you learned, but what you taught. What will matter is every act of integrity, compassion, courage, or sacrifice that enriched, empowered, or encouraged others to emulate your examples. What will matter is not your competence, but your character. What will matter is not how many people you knew, but how many will feel a lasting loss when you're gone. What will matter is not your memories, but the memories of those who loved you. What will matter is how long you will be remembered, for whom, by whom, and for by what. Living a life that matters doesn't happen by accident. It's not a matter of circumstance, but of choice. So choose to live a life that matters. So folks, again, remember the importance of character as you move forward. Set those goals, devise that plan. Don't waste time. Respect yourself and others. Avoid self-righteousness. Please be kind rather than right. Remember, people of character do the right things not because they think it will change the world, but because they refuse to be changed by the world. Congrats to all you Zephyrs out there, to all the moms and dads, family members that have loved, supported you all these years. Take what you've learned during your time at Whitehall. Make us proud. I know you will. And now, I leave you with this final thought. Time is not measured by the passing of years, but by what one does, what one feels, and what one achieves. Former Indian Prime Minister Nehru. Thank you for who you are, what you stand for, and what you've given us. Good luck. I wish you nothing but the best. The class of 2014 Senior Scholastic Award winners are listed on the insert in your programs. These awards were given during a special Senior Awards program on May 27th at Whitehall High School. Students wearing maroon and gold cords are honor graduates who have maintained a 4.0 average or higher for 4 years. Students wearing the white stoles are members of NHS. They are recognized in your programs as well. Members of the Math National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, are wearing the blue and gold cords. Ms. Radon will introduce the outstanding scholars in each discipline. Would those students please stand and remain standing until all names are read? Audience, please hold your applause. Ms. Radon.
Outstanding student in art, Rachel Nonamaker. In business, Michael Bundra. English, Morgan O'Donnell. Family and Consumer Science, Melody Munn. German, Deja Hanet. Health, Audrey Anatalio. Industrial Technology, Luke Shefsak. In math, Aaron Keglovitz. In music, Kimberly Casey. Physical education, Nicole Pifley. Science, Angela Wynn. Social studies, Rosemary Roberts. And Spanish, Christy Liu.
Thank you. Before I present the class, Superintendent Mr. Corby would like to say a few words. Mr. Corby.
On behalf of the Whitehall-Coplay School District Board of Education and the entire district, I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight to the 110th commencement exercises. A special welcome, of course, goes out to the class of 1964 and to you, our honored graduates of the graduating class of 2014. Graduates, congratulations. Tonight is the night, it's your night. It's a finale to 13 years of hard work, dedication, and many, many successes. But I ask you to cherish tonight because you've established special relationships and created memories that will be with you for the rest of your life. It's been said, and it is true, that tonight will be the last night that you're all together. Same time, same place. But there's something that will never, ever leave you as a group, and that is the memories. Memories that you have will always form a bond for you for the rest of your lives, forever. You've laughed together. You've cried together. You've got into the athletic arenas in battle together. theatrical presentations together, you name it, the works. They're the big ones. But how about the small ones that you'll never forget? Yep, when your eyes and that special someone eyes met for the first time, that first smile, working on assignments together. How about when you were having that real tough time and that special someone, whether it was a teacher, an advisor, just a friend, came along and gave you those words of advice? I'll bet you never ever forget those words of advice. They're memories. Memories, never let them die. Let's face it, think about it. People enter our lives, people leave our lives. But the memories that which they left behind give us those great feelings. They remain forever. It's been almost 15 years since I came to Whitehall, the last 10 as your superintendent, and I've grown to realize something firsthand. That realization is something very simple. The words Zephyr, Pride, truly mean something. When I first heard those words, Zephyr, Pride, I thought, it's just another rallying cry from the district standpoint. But you know what? Here in Whitehall, it's very obvious. It means something much more. It's pride. It's an incredibly strong tradition that's been built over many, many years. And yes, you are a large part of that tradition, that ongoing tradition. Never let it die. Make it stronger. Come back. Support the classes, the people who will come after you. Come back and establish and reestablish relationships with these great faculty members who have made such an impact on your lives, your administration. Come back and thank them. But you know what? In a few minutes, you're going to be graduates of Whitehall High School. And you'll be physically, and I use the word physically, leaving Whitehall High School. Don't ever let Whitehall and Zephyr Pride leave you. Up until now, life hasn't been that bad. You've had great parents, family members, support systems standing around you. But you know what? It's been told you, and it's going to happen, that you're going to face some roadblocks in life. You're going to face adversity. There are going to be challenges. But I want to take a second here and think of some people in life who have faced adversities. You ever hear of a guy by the name of Jim Abbott? Jim Abbott was the only professional baseball player that was born with one hand. Yes, it's true. Jim Abbott used to throw a pitch, glove underneath his arm, take after the pitch, bring the glove back out. All Jim Abbott ever did was throw a no-hitter in the major leagues and win an Olympic gold. How about Franklin Delano Roosevelt? During World War II, he was president and directed this country from a wheelchair. He, of course, had polio. Female by the name of Marla Runyon. She represented the United States in a 1,500-meter track event at the 2000 Olympics. She finished 8th, 3.2 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, behind the first place winner. 3.2 seconds. Marla is legally blind. Helen Keller, deaf, blind, graduated from college and became an author, activist, and lecturer. It's been said Edison, Jefferson, and Albert Einstein all had learning disabilities. The list goes on and on. I tell you folks this for one reason. Don't let roadblocks get in your way. You're too tough. I've seen you. I've seen you in many different situations. You're too tough. Don't let them stand in your way. Be true to yourself. As hard and as scary as that may be, you've got to listen to that voice inside of you, in your gut. It's individual, it's unique, because it's you. There's only one you, and maybe that you're not going to follow the path that other people have chosen for you. Folks, that's okay, because in the end, you'll find the path that's right for you. Don't be afraid to fail. It's been said, failure is inevitable in life. It's going to happen because it's only a small step on the way to your success. And failure will teach you many, many things that you've never known before about yourself. It's going to teach you that you're tougher than you thought. Take the risk, take the leap. I'll guarantee you it'll make out in the end. Last inspirational individual I'd like to mention here, a man by the name of Tom Whitaker. Tom Whitaker, as a result of a car accident, his right foot had to be amputated. He later received a prosthetic foot. Well, since then, Tom has become the first disabled person to climb to the summit of Mount Everest. This was a lifelong dream of Tom's, and his disability did not stand in his way. And in fact, Tom has another goal. He is going to conquer the highest summits on all 7 continents. Somehow I think he's got a real shot to do it. So graduates, I wish you a very fulfilling life, one that as you get up every morning, you have goals in front of you, goals that are going to make you feel valued, goals that are going to fulfill your life's dreams. And hopefully at the same time, in some large or small way, you benefit others. Enjoy your journey throughout the day. And then at night, when you put your head on that pillow, I hope you do with a clean and clear conscience. And most importantly, all those great deeds that you did during that day have made a positive difference in this world. Let's be honest here, as you go out now into this big world and hopefully contribute in positive ways, don't ever underestimate the power and influence your voice and actions have. So with those thoughts in mind, in closing, I leave you once again with the same words that I have left every class with that has come before you. Words that hang in the wall of my office. They were penned by the great Mark Twain. Please, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you did not do than by the ones that you did do. So graduates, please throw off the bowlines to your ship, sail away from your safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, and passionately explore, dream, and discover. Members of the Whitehall High School class of 2014, I congratulate you and sincerely from the bottom of my heart wish each and every one of you all the best in all life has to offer. Thank you.
Class of 2014, please stand. Mr. Corby, Superintendent of Schools of the Whitehall-Coplay School District. Before you, Mr. Corby, are the members of the Whitehall High School class of 2014 who have successfully completed the requirements of various curriculums approved by the Department of Public Instruction of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and recommended for graduation. Please be seated. Presenting the diplomas to the class of 2014 is Mrs. Corrin, President of the Whitehall-Coplay School District Board of Ed. Class of 2014, please come forward for your diplomas.
Stand? Yeah. Stand. Angela Wynn. Christy Liu. Reagan Miller. Tabitha Pitton. Matthew Molosky. Nicholas Graff. Rosemary Roberts. Audrey Antelio. Alyssa Brooks Wells. Ryan Hatch.
Dana Aboud. Tamia Abdul-Jabbar. Mariam Abudura. Foyinsi Adebanmira. Michael Albright. Felix Alicia. Yuri Arbogast. Ashley Arias Flores. Emily Bachman. Aiden Balde. Janaea Barcliffe. Dakota Beagle. Caitlin Vile. Tristan Beitler. Zena Belarusi. Brooklyn Bennett. Hajar Bensed. Joel Benincourt. Olivia Babiak. William Warner. Keep going. Michaela Bodner. Dolivette Bonilla. Destiny Bonilla. Ryan Bonchak. Reagan Bortz. Quincy Boulware. Jenna Bowman. Jonathan Boyd. Emily Bradley Lathrop. Demi Brand. Christina Briotti. Remington Brobst. Destiny Brooks. Tyler Brown. Michael Bundra. Caitlin Bush. Isaiah Carey. Kimberly Casey. Giancarlos Castros. Haley Sakala. Dominasia Cercado. Janet Chan. Jeffrey Charles. Hung Chow. Siba Chakif. Amanda Childs. Jesse Chontofalski. Megan Sirocco. Nicholas Clark. Brittany Cole. Mark Cole. Alex Colazo. Logan Comstock. Ashley Kopp. Jeffrey Cordone. Jeremy Cordova. Timothy Cron. Elizabeth Cutshaw. Julio Damazzi. Jacob Daney. Alexander Dosher. Jennifer Davis. Rayson Del Rosario. Antonia DePinto. Matthew Devers. Megan Donchez. Amanda Daughtery. Courtney Dragovitz. Emily Dumbach. Sean Eckroad. Yusuf Edelami.
Michael Eibel III. Daniel El-Haj. Mohammed El-Saifi. Matthew Emmerich. Shelby Erb. Michael Eshak. Marcus Eskelin. Aaron Everett. Chelsea Examen. Brianna Fagans. John Carlos Falcon. Tanisha Falcon. Xavier Falcon. Alexa Fitzgerald. Christina Fragnito. Gabrielle Fragnito. Taylor Freyer. Alexander Galley. Sorelli Jermosin. Jordan Gessitz. Sarah Ghanem. Brett Girardi. Zion Globusitz. Sean Glossick. Tejwan Gomani. Allison Gotthard. Rachel Greenawalt. Ian Grohl. Daniel Gruppo. Ariana Guarino. Betsy Guerrero. Fuad Haddad. Priscilla Hadid. Raina Hadid. Rasha Hadid. Jacqueline Hyam. And Donita Haizerai. George Hanna. Somar Hanna. Tony Hanna. Manib Hawk. Taquan Hargrove. Kaleem Harrison. Thomas Harrison. Lauren Hart. Rhiannon Harvey. Matthew Hasek. Giselle Hazim. Callie Hefner. Samantha Heinzelman. Logan Helfrich. Maj Talou. Deja Hinnett. Edward Howard. Matthew Hauer. Scott Howitt. Tyler Hudak. Jordan Janowski. Stephanie Jean Lewis. Melissa Jimenez. Tyler Jones. Fanta Kaba. Samer Kabani. Alyssa Kale. Louis Kamamo. Jacqueline Kassab. Jennifer Cassis. Nicholas Kaufman.
Aaron Keglevitz. Jacob Kirchner.
Amanda Kessering. Daniel Keir. Jessica Kim. Allison Clow. Krista Klobusitz. Heather Knight. Kurt Kohler. Samuel Colley. Kristen Kramer. Victoria Kunkel. Tyler LeMays Bridgewood. Aaron Lindemuth. Keon Linton. Justina Lopez. Nicole Lopez. Catherine Laura. Amanda Luga. Nicole Lutzko. Timothy Madera. Michael Maggia. Was that an act? I don't really know what that is. Minhao Mai. Laura McCool. Lana Maluhi. Alonzo Mann. Erica Marlott. Logan Marsali. Jonathan Martinez Gonzalez. Anna Masson. Austin Mattis. Austin McCandless. Connor McLeod. Natalia Medina. Samantha Mahalchik. Jose Melendez. Ashley Michelson. Woodrow Miles III. Adam Miller. Kelsey Millets. Hajra Mirza. Christopher Mismer. Brian Matura. Ali Mobin. Brittany Monroe. Danilio Montana. Tristan Morales. Riley Morris. Evan Mortimer.
Thomas Moser. Obeda Musa. Evelise Muniz Fernandez. Melody Munn. Alexa Murray. Hannah Murtaugh. Teresa Napoli. Rachel Napple. Nicholas Najad. Victoria No. Catalina Wen. Milena Nino. Rachel Nonamaker. Morgan O'Donnell. Luz Maria Ortega. Ryan Osman. Joshua Oswald. Corey Pace. Alfred Palmer IV. Zachary Pammer. Brittany Pantoni. Anthony Paschuti. Harshal Patel. Pooja Patel. Tristan Pearson. Nicole Pifley. Tracy Pina. Carmen Peralta Martinez. Luisa Peralta Martinez. Steven Perez. Devin Pernick. Ariane Pizarro. Jordan Platten. Brian Pluchinski. Tatiana Polanco. Michaela Pringle. Lauren Pritchard. Valentini Ramanini. Krista Ramos. Naki Rashidi. Joshua Reppert. Brian Reyes. Tiaja Reyes. Seth Rissmiller. Louis Robert. Dianese Rodriguez. Matthew Rohrbach. Adam Rompilla. Erica Rosario. Victoria Rosario. Clenery Rosario Martinez. Mason Roth. Diana Rustick. Mario Rustick. Michael Rook. Courtney Rapelli. Daniel Ryan. Ajia Safi. Pascal Salome. Morgan Sandberg. Antonius Sankari. Gabriela Santana. Alexander Sassman. Sierra Saka. Madison Scarfaro. Corinne Shadle. Zachary Schaefer. Sarah Schnauer. Joseph Scherer. Kristen Schnaufer. Lauren Schoep. Zachary Schutt. Nicholas Seagreaves. Tristan Sipe. Aman Shah. Adele Sharif. Patrick Shive. Shoshana Silverstein. Mark Silvius. Buthania Sims. Zakia Sims. Mark Sist. Jordan Slaughter. Brianna Smith. Michael Smith. Michael Stanley. Richard Stanley. Zoe Steckel. Angela Stella. Rachel Strongowski. Luke Shefsack. Marie Tabshi. Tashana Taylor. August Termini. Fallon Thompson. Nicole Talk. Samantha Torres Colon. Karen Urena. Edward Vasquez. Courtney Brabel. Brandon Wabe. Nathaniel Walters. Zihan Wang. Emily Ware. Hunter White. Melanie White. Robert Whitehouse. Tyler Williams. Amber Yoakum. Richard Yost. Darius Young. Laura Joachim. Takla Zagidi. And Evan Zeno.
Good job, everybody. Maybe that needs one more round. One more round. And now I ask that you please rise and join in the singing of the alma mater, which can be found in your program. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Senior members of the chorale, please come forward. Please be seated. Folks, I know it's been a long night, but I ask that you please be respectful as we round out our evening. I'd like at this time to welcome Audrey Anatalio to the podium for the closing remarks. Audrey.
You know, I look around today, and this ceremony reminds me so much of the Hunger Games. I mean, think about it. We're in this grand arena. People are starving. I know Mr. Bondel is. And I'm just gonna say it. All the cameras are pointed at the girl on fire. As a tribute to the Hunger Games, I've decided to structure this speech as a countdown. So here we go. 5. 5 minutes. When we were young, our parents would tell us it's time for bed, and no matter what we were doing, we would always ask for 5 extra minutes. 5 more minutes for another bedtime story. 5 minutes till the end of a board game. Just 5 more minutes. And as we grew older, our activities slowly shifted. 10 more minutes of Breaking Bad, half an hour of Super Mario Kart, and if you're like me, just until you complete the last 2 problems of your AP Stats homework. Yet when the lights are turned off, and when we turn in, cozy under the blanket, we turn our phones back on and try to be 2048, or go on Instagram and creep. We've always been begging for extra time. But why does it seem as if we use most of it in front of a screen? A glowing, rectangular device consisting of small categorical boxes that open when clicked. And we scroll and swipe and like and pin and retweet on our iPads and listen on our iPods and iTunes, and our iPhones vibrate in our pockets for every text, tweet, notification, and reminder. But our latest eye technology never beeps when we have forgotten about eye contact. When we have forgotten about being in the moment. That's it. Moments. Our lives are made up of moments. But the great thing about it is that these moments only come one at a time. And if we choose to, we can be awake and conscious to recognize the value of every single moment before it becomes a memory. 4. 4 years ago, as a freshman, I had a goal. I wanted to become a doctor. I was so focused on this dream, and I knew I had to work hard to achieve it. So I directed my time, energy, resources, and sleep to buff my academic and extracurricular records. I had a plan, and in my head there was a checklist I had to complete. For me, it wasn't an iPhone or an iPod, it was this dream I wanted so badly to attain, that grasped my attention, that kept me from truly savoring moments. It's good to dream, and it's good to have a system of getting there, but it's also important to dream with our eyes open. Life is not just about the future treasures or dreams beyond that distant mountain. It's about the experiences we accumulate during our ascent, throughout our journey. It's about discovering our passions and spending time with people we care about. It's laughing until our stomachs hurt, noticing an individual's quirks, and appreciating others' talents. For example, I've learned about some of our classmates. Megan Donchez is a virtuoso on the piano. Destiny Bonilla is an amazing artist and a phenomenal dancer. And Nicole Talk, where is she? Performs best under pressure on the tennis courts. 3. 3 individuals possessing skills and talents I wouldn't have discovered if I hadn't paid attention. But the thing is, I still do not know them. Not as well as I would want to. And there are still so many of you that I have missed the opportunity of knowing. This is the last time that we're going to be in here together. In our 10-year reunion, some of us, many of us, will not make it back home. Too busy, too far, too average, too fat, too single, too married. If this is the last time you, or any of you will see or hear me, I hope that you remember these words from today to the rest of your days. You are worth knowing. I hope that every day you see yourself in a way that the people here in this moment see you. The people that love you see you. Without a filter. Pure, unedited, beautiful. You. 2 words. Thank you. Moments are passing and time is ticking. And in these moments, there are people around us, seen and unseen, who watch us and watch over us. They are there as we grow, fall, succeed, fail, through every challenge and with each moment. Take time to think about them, thank them, and consider them as we commence the rest of our lives. We would be nothing without them. And finally, we arrive at one Whitehall class of 2014. I may not know all of you, and you may have no clue who I am, but I'm glad to have shared the hallways and the classrooms with you. You are a part of who I am and who I will be. I've made friends here that I know I will treasure for the rest of my life. The friendships formed in our high school are special, and they are ones that last beyond just a moment, but for a lifetime. So today, as we say goodbye to everything that was familiar, as we part with close friends and go on to our separate lives, remember the great memories that made us laugh and cry. Memorize your best friend's favorite songs and never forget the simple things that made you crack up in the middle of class or the daring adventures that made you foolish yet fearless. Unlike my speech, life is not a countdown. It's a road trip with an unknown destination and a limitless number of avenues to take. Take chances. Harness your will and conquer the challenge. Be afraid, but do it anyway. Find inspiration in the stories of great people and dream big. You get to choose who gets in the car with you, and you decide which of them you listen to when you're lost. There will be times when your GPS will incessantly repeat recalculating, but during those moments, all you've got to do is enjoy the detour. Because if you don't, you could end up missing the greatest moments of your entire trip. These unexpected, fortuitous, simple moments, the brief and funny and awkward and loud and quiet moments are the events that create the true story of our lives. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Thank you, Audrey. Now I ask that you please stand for the benediction by Student Chaplain Ryan Hatch.
Huh? I know I wrote a new one. Please take this time to thank whoever or whatever you put your faith in for all the opportunities that led up to today. These past 4 years have certainly been a journey filled with happiness and sadness, laughters and tears, all the highs and lows that make high school so unforgettable. So let us be thankful for all the memories and lessons high school leaves us with. I hope that all of us can look back at our time in Whitehall fondly and with pride. As we get ready to jump into the next part of our lives, we pray that we remember all the people we met here and the things we've learned. We will grow and change through our futures, just as we did in high school. Let us hope that the next 4 years are blessed with just as amazing memories and people. Above all, let us pray that as we race towards our future, we are blessed with the courage to live without fear or regret. May God bless the class of 2014.
Thank you, Ryan. Would Reagan Miller step forward and face the class? I call upon Mr. Corby, Superintendent, to declare the students of the class of 2014 graduates with all the rights and privileges. Mr. Corby.
Graduates, before I do this, I've got to tell you that in all the responsibilities that come with my position, there is none that I take more pleasure in than repeating the following words. Members of the Whitehall High School class of 2014, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Education of the Whitehall-Coplay School District and the Department of Education of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, It is with great privilege and honor that I now declare you graduates of Whitehall High School. Congratulations.
And this concludes our 110th Whitehall High School commencement ceremony. Please stand. Please stand and remain in your seats until all of the graduates have exited the arena. Students will be available in the lobby for pictures. Thank you. Drive safely and have a wonderful evening.
Amen.